radio. WkndWork is now on.
This is how it should be done.
On Shade45.
Share procedure.
It's the Weekend Work with Coach PR.
DJ Ominaya.
World Famous Stunna is on his way, or
Yes,
won't
sir.
be here, because he has a tendency of
Using the bathroom, singing R&B.
doing something or something. Eat pussy.
Yeah.
Pubic hair getting stuck in his
He love
throat.
eating that fur burger.
Fur burgers. But we do have a special guest. He's missing this one right now.
Yes, sir.
T to the motherfucking K.
Yes,
sir.
we are in the building.
What's
we are
happening?
in the building.
What's happening?
Motherfucking building.
We're just talking about how we met in Monaco, France. Was it what video was that?
This is window shopper.
Window
shopper.
Window shopping. Here, these are yours.
Yes, sir.
Let me talk to the fans. Listen,
Window
everybody,
shopper.
I
That
got
was
y'all
crazy.
on here. We talking the real.
He's on live while we're doing this.
Yeah, we live is New York City, and I'm
Right.
with the best of the best, y'all. From Berlin to Brussels, Spain to
Man,
Los Angeles,
man,
California.
fuck all that, man. Fuck all that, because I'm still gonna go at you.
Listen,
You thought I forgot.
he in his feelings. I want y'all to hear this.
yeah.
I want y'all to hear this. Go ahead, go ahead. Tell the world what's going on.
Now, TK came in town. Usually, let me tell you something about
Right.
TK. When TK used to come to the show, right?
Uh-huh.
No, come to the city. Before
Come to
he-
the city, yeah.
Before he always calls like 6 months ahead.
Right.
To let P, I'm there.
pulling up on you.
Pulling up there. He did a record. I'm past the record.
Right.
So true.
Every year he hits me up.
That's so
I'll be
true.
there. In
Damn.
so true.
You right.
Now you see where I'm going with it.
Yeah,
Now
I see where you going.
Now he got here yesterday. I get a FaceTime the other day from Jay, Superstar Jay.
Right.
He just passed me the phone. T to the motherfucking K.
Damn. So you ain't checking with Coach?
He-
when you
I
came?
ain't checking.
He used to
See?
always call in.
I used to call
P,
him.
I'm coming. Yo, we're pulling up to the show. Do you have my number?
I got your number. I didn't know I had your number. I went to bed.
See?
So
Look,
listen,
look.
I was so tired last night. I went to sleep.
Blame
I
it
woke
on
up
the jet
using the
lag.
text message. I said, "Oh shit, I got his number."
See, and you never
Right?
hit me up.
And then I know
Damn.
you said we've been you said you text me,
I
but
said I've been calling him.
yeah,
but he
but
said
I never
didn't
got
get
a missed call.
Right,
but,
right.
But I'm so successful now.
Damn. That's that Paris talk right there.
Yo, my barber is TK's his favorite comedian. So
Okay.
So when he mentioned TK, I said,
Right.
let me call TK. Pop my
right.
shit.
Fuck
'cause,
around.
Fuck around.
It's my man.
He's my man. I know him. He ain't answering the phone.
Damn. I thought you said your cousin had a limousine.
Exactly right.
Right.
So he's
Damn.
like, and now next time I call again, I'm like, oh shit, TK blocked me.
Damn.
No, I didn't block him.
No, I know you didn't.
What
I just-
happened? I don't. If he did call, I never got it. But when I
Sheesh.
looked at the text message,
Right.
the last text message we had from each other was in 2020.
Damn.
Yeah.
So that was 5 years ago.
Yeah,
so we
yeah.
hadn't talked in 5 years.
That's COVID
because
time.
I
That was
always call him
Right.
6 months in advance.
Right.
Always like clockwork.
And I called my barber, and what did he say? Who
Yeah,
is-
he said that. He said, "Who's your favorite barber?" And he said, "Bernie Mac."
No,
you know, he didn't say my name.
comedian.
I said,
Who's your
he
favorite
said,
comedian?
"Who's your favorite?" He said, "Bernie Mac."
Oh, shit.
So
And then
he had to go down 3.
No, he
and
went
then
two.
got
I
to
said,
me.
who
No, I'm
else? I
messing
said,
with-
he
I'm
said,
messing
oh,
with you.
TK. I turned the phone. He said, oh,
shit, he
TK.
fucked up.
He was like, yeah, TK.
Yeah.
See, I called you, man. Get out
So
of
it
here,
was
man.
cool.
Come
Yeah,
on, man.
It was good, fam.
Come on,
know,
man.
it's
Let's
good.
go, man. But you're here. You
Yeah.
got your
Right,
show.
you made it.
You made it. Parties. When's your party? You have a birthday party
Now,
coming.
the reason why we on the air, because this just ain't no ordinary party.
Right.
So back in the day when everybody was alive and everybody was on the streets, right?
Yeah.
Because most of my friends is dead
Gone.
or they locked up. You know what I'm saying? Everybody's home now. You know? So we getting ready to throw the party like we used to do in the 90s. Where people dance, when people come looking good,
Right,
and smelling good, you can wear your jewelry. You know what I'm
You
saying?
ain't
We
gotta
got
worry
the crew,
about
you ain't got to worry about that.
Right,
because
right.
the
We're
people
older now.
that do the stealing is at my party. You know what I'm saying? So hey, you good. You know what I'm saying? But it's that type of event.
Yeah.
And the whole tri-state area is talking about it. My man was in the lobby talking about, he said he saw it on the commercial earlier today
Yeah.
that people was talking
There's
about
people
it.
talking
and,
about it.
I'm just excited because I'm 65 years old and just really blessed because I want to see everybody because like I
Right.
said, as we get older, this shit is real, dog.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
You
real.
know,
Are you gonna
like,
go see Diddy in
we
jail?
may not
Are
see.
you gonna
Am
go
I gonna
see
see
Diddy?
Diddy?
Yeah.
I was thinking about going to see him.
Yeah.
But I think if I go see him, it's like a slap in the face because he tried to put me in there in
That's what
1998.
that's what I'm asking you. That's what I'm asking
He
you.
tried to lock me up in '98. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But as we get older, we know we don't wish no harm on no man.
Right,
The thing
right.
in life is you always say, I wish him well.
Right.
That's
That's
all
all.
you can do. Because people was upset that Jay-Z wasn't staying in
quiet.
touch with
Right.
Puff. But all of us know if we caught a case, we can't fuck with
Yeah,
you.
you
until
gotta
beat your
fall
case.
back a little bit.
When you beat your case, we hook
Everybody
up.
knows. Everybody knows that. That's
Everybody
what-
know that.
You
So
should
when
know that, right?
people don't know the rules.
That's the
These people are
unspoken
stupid,
word.
dog.
Right.
People like,
Unspoken
Jay-Z just let, no, that ain't the way that
No,
moves.
you hot right
You
now,
hot,
bro. You
dog.
hot,
You
bro.
can't.
You hot.
I'm not
Yep.
coming nowhere
Near
near you.
you.
The
And people
block
need
is
to
hot.
know the rules.
Right.
The rules is you catch a case, I could be your boy. We could have had dinner yesterday.
Yep.
I can't.
The block is hot.
Yeah, wait till you beat the case, simmer down some.
Yeah,
Right,
Then
right.
we hang
You
out
already
again.
know what it is.
Yeah,
And I
that's-
shouldn't have to tell you that. You should
no,
already know.
we know.
Yeah.
Right,
we
right.
got to teach the youth and
Right.
people who, for some reason, is naive. The game of life. If your homie, your mama, or anybody catch a case and you smart, you got to fall
Yep.
back. It's just
The
law.
young kids think, you left me for dead. Nah,
Right.
man. Like if I get in there, everybody gonna get hot.
Yeah.
So
Yes,
they
yes,
gonna follow
yes.
me. They
Yeah.
gonna do
Right, yeah.
You know, so
Stay-
Just fall
because
back
my
first.
cousins are fed, right? And he's retired now. And when the puppy thing happened, I remember being in his office, and he had pictures of every street hustler
damn.
all over the tri-state
They
area.
do their homework, man.
And they
Trust
be
me.
on. And this is for cameras. This is for the internet. This is in the 90s.
This is before
so
that.
it was just nice big pictures. You could tell they had the camera.
Right, yeah.
And I didn't say nothing to him. I was just looking at the pictures on his desk. I said, "Oh, they really do their
Yeah, they
homework."
do their homework.
So people really need to understand that. You know what I mean? So
Be
we in
careful,
New York,
kids.
baby. You know, this is where it all started. You
That's
feel
right.
me? So the rest of the world got to experience TK Kirkland, but you guys know me like, man, since the 90s.
Yeah.
You know,
You've been-
which is a
you've been
beautiful
rocking
thing.
the 90s.
In the 90s,
And you was
dog.
on people's bad list since the 90s too, TK.
Yeah, but it all depends. It all depends on
Who's listening?
It all depends on who listens. Other than that, I'm considered a very successful man.
One thing's for sure, he was not at Diddy's parties. Let's get some music
Yeah.
on
Oh,
right now.
right. For sure.
For sure.
For sure.
Get some music.
Get some music on. We be right back.
Let's get it.
Turn your radio up. Weekend Work is now on
This is how it should be done.
on Shade45.
Share procedure.
And we're back. The Weekend Work, Ominaya, Coach PR,
T to
TK
the
Kirkland
motherfucking
in the
K.
motherfucking building, man.
yes.
So we talking about this party now. If you want to give the information real quick,
the
just in
party
case they don't
is
have the
the
information.
Moonlight Lounge Studio on Linden Boulevard, 227 Linden Boulevard.
Okay.
The
Queens.
thing about this party is if you don't have the right atmosphere, the class about
Right.
you, you're not getting in. You know how we move.
So we talking about silk, gators and
You
all
gotta-
that.
No silk and
Okay.
gators. That's old school.
Okay,
and I'm
right.
old, but,
Right, but
when
it
I
will be
see,
like, right?
yeah,
That's
but
that,
when I see people in gators and all that, I'm
Right.
like, that motherfucker old.
Yeah.
Because that's some
class,
old
yeah.
shit to me.
Right,
you know what I'm saying?
right.
Nah, you
Yeah,
have a
gators.
nice diesel jacket,
Okay,
some nice
okay.
jeans, some Tim.
Neat
That's the kind
casual.
of party I want.
Yeah, neat
you know what I'm
casual
saying? And you know,
party.
we have the accessories.
Yeah.
You know, I had to go into the safe, so
Yeah.
we bring out the accessories.
The
You know what I'm
accessories,
saying? So we that's how we move. We bring out the accessories,
Right.
And we do our good thing, and we smell good.
Yeah,
that's
yeah,
how
yeah.
we do that.
Who's the DJs you have going on?
Superstar J.
Superstar.
Okay.
J.
Superstar J
Superstar
and SNS.
SNS.
Ooh.
Good.
Yeah,
Good combo right
It's gonna
there.
be popping.
That's
Are-
gonna
are
be
you
a good
Are
vibe.
you still doing tours?
Yeah, just got off my Live Nation tour early this year for 2 years. So now I'm doing my other thing with City Winery, still doing my club dates and all that kind of stuff. But I'm overseas a lot now. So now I just sold out Antwerp, Belgium, Ghent, Belgium. Now I'm getting ready to go to Nairobi, Ghana.
Nice.
You know, Benin, Nigeria,
Okay, doing the whole
Paris,
Africa.
and London.
Okay,
Yeah. So
nice.
it's since I moved to Paris and people say, TK, why'd you go? I said, yo, nigga, I'm a fly nigga. I do fly shit. You know what I'm saying? Now, I don't know the language.
Right.
My
Right.
daughter knows the language. But me, I didn't let that stop me
Right.
from traveling.
Right. Mhm.
Because life is a challenge to me. And I always want to do something to better myself. And when I'm walking the streets of Paris, I'm actually walking Berlin
Yeah.
and all that, I start laughing because I beat the odds.
Right.
Right.
See?
Yeah.
right.
And you beat the odds and you won and you over the whole, nobody's stopping your passport.
Yeah.
Yeah,
no
man.
one's saying you can't go. You're
Right,
not
right.
checking into a probation officer,
Right,
right?
right, yeah.
And I'm free.
That's a different level of success right there.
Yeah, it's a different level of success.
People don't understand when they say, because I feel like I'm successful.
Yeah.
I might not have the riches or anything, but you know what? I beat a lot of odds.
Yeah,
So
and the thing
I
is,
agree with you. I beat the odds,
right?
bro. I'm
There's too
successful.
many people doing comparisons to other people's success. So
Yes.
Your success is different from everybody else's.
Yeah,
So.
and to make it neutral for everybody, success is when you can pay your bills.
Yeah.
Success is you can keep your cable on.
Yeah, right.
Yeah,
Success
you're free.
is when you're mentally free.
Yeah, that's
success.
what I
because
call
you can have all the
success.
money in the world.
Right.
You can have all the cars, all the
very
diamonds.
unhappy.
It's not that you're unhappy. Like, what more can you buy?
Right.
Yeah. But some people are rich and all that. They just miserable.
Yeah,
You're
because
just
I
miserable
think I
fucks.
got everything right.
Yeah.
It's nothing else I want.
Nothing else I want.
There's nothing else I want. But you know what I will keep?
What's up?
Some cologne.
Yeah,
Underwear
Good
game
cologne is
got to be
always
on point.
Underwear game gotta
My
be-
sock game
Yeah,
got to be
yeah.
on point.
Yeah.
I got to have a manicure and pedicure.
That's grown man
I got to
shit
have
right
a
there.
shave.
Yeah.
That's my success. That's
Yeah.
what makes me feel successful, right? When I'm standing amongst kings, I know I got my smell good on at the same time. Or I'm keeping my beard and my shave. Because the young kids will
Right.
say, TK, why you wear you? Because I wear my beard different.
Yeah,
and I have to tell the young kids, I said, Nick, I do this for the women. I don't do it for you.
the flavor
The
saver.
men got the shit fucked up.
Yeah, what am I doing for
you?
They,
Right.
they questioning another man's appearance.
Yeah.
They
Yeah,
questioning
yeah,
the way another man look.
Yeah.
Nigga, you gay? Like, what you doing? Like, why are you monitoring me?
Yeah,
I
yeah.
had a nigga say you ugly. I'm like, nigga, you trying to fuck me? Why am I ugly to you?
Yeah, how
Yeah,
about
it's a little
Grown men
strange.
saying this.
Yeah. I mean,
grown
your preference,
men.
your preference, but leave me alone.
Leave me alone.
Somebody,
dog.
I know used to say this. Who raised you?
Who raised you? That's right. That's right. Like the young kids' mindset is so wrong. Even when I post the information on my Instagram, and what I'm trying to teach people is, don't listen to reply. Listen to understand.
Yep.
People will hear your story and then put themselves in your story. And my story is my journey, how I view things. Now, if I put up a story and I say, what's your opinion or what's your take, then you should answer.
Right.
But
Right.
most people just jump in and say what I wouldn't do, or if the females get upset,
Right.
they attack you. Oh, you
yeah,
ugly,
right.
bad breath, erectile dysfunctional
Yeah,
nigga. This is stuff they say, but I know I'm hurting their feelings.
Right.
But one thing I always say is, no one never got offended about a post that didn't apply to them.
Right.
That's right. That's true.
And I seen you check a few young ladies.
Yeah, I
on
check
on
them
the
every
joint.
now and then. You know, if you catch me early in the morning and I have nothing to do, I'm gonna get in your ass. But if you catch me late in the afternoon, I don't be bothered.
Right,
but in
right,
the
right.
morning and when I'm meditating to the universe and God and all that, and I got my candle and all that, I'm sipping on my hot coffee and I'm going through my social
Right,
media, and you say something slick,
I'm getting
your ass. In a very respectful way.
Yeah, you just gonna
One
check
time
them
I
right.
did something wrong, and Instagram shut me down for 3 days.
Yeah.
I felt like I lost a friend.
When you get off a punishment, when you go on punishment for Instagram, it's just crazy.
It's
Yeah,
crazy
man.
because they got us
They
so
spank you
trained
real
to
quick.
this.
Yeah.
And now this is our money.
Yep. Yep.
This is our
Definitely
money,
is.
dog. You taking away our money.
But I did want to bring up somebody. This is on Instagram Live. We all saw this.
Right.
I don't know if you
Yeah.
saw it with just
Oh yeah. I
I
just
saw
saw
that.
that.
I saw
Breakfast
that.
Club.
Yeah,
Breakfast
it was just
Club and
hilarious.
everything.
Yeah.
And do you know Corey?
Yeah, no Corey.
Corey,
So
yeah.
what
So
actually happened?
He went at her, but they've been going at it for
They've
like
been going
years.
there for
years,
years.
going
right?
for years.
Like
So-
10 years.
Yeah, so he said something, and I guess he brought it to light.
Yeah.
Because he threw it out there, debate
I think-
between her and Lauren, and that,
Yeah.
right? And then now,
Corey messy.
He
messy.
he
God
rage
bless
baited
him.
her.
Yeah.
He
Yeah.
rage baited her.
Yeah,
She bit.
yeah.
and then
so,
she bit, and then went off, and then carried the rest of the show into it.
Yep.
Okay.
So what Corey
okay.
did started a fucking fire.
Yeah.
Right.
Right. So
yeah.
what's your take? Did you see
So
that?
this is what I've learned in life when I deal with things that are beneath my intelligence. I don't discuss it.
Okay.
And the reason why I don't discuss it, because I consider myself a man's man, right? And us being the kind of gentleman that we are, right? We have to show the world that there's just some things is not worth talking about
Right.
because it doesn't fit how we move, right? What Corey, just hilarious, anybody does have nothing to do with it because that's childish shit to me. I move a certain way. You know me a long time, and you never really see me hang with comedians.
So you'll never be on Shannon Sharp?
No,
Shannon
no,
Sharp
I never.
show? So you never
Now, I might be on Shannon Sharp just to give the
Shay,
game.
Shay, you're not gonna
I
coach
might
Shay,
go on
Shay.
Shannon Sharp to give the game.
But they're going, you know, he looks like he wants the mess too. So
Yeah,
you
he would never get it out of me.
bro, you started some mess though too. So obviously
No.
you're maturing.
I
You're maturing.
I never start mess. I'm the thing now. Listen,
You on my show, bro. I have video.
Here's the thing that we have to remember: in life, you have to evolve.
That's what I'm saying. You're maturing.
So
evolving.
in life, you
Yes.
evolve, and regardless of what I did maybe 10, 15, 20 years ago, we evolve. There's just some things, just to me, is just not worth discussing, right? And that's what we want to show the world.
Maturity.
That we maturity, that we move a certain way. And like I said, when you know me, you know, everybody I hung with was ballers. Niggas could get money. You know, when we pull up to your spot that day, what we had, we Rolls Royces, Bentley Benzes outside.
And all your bought was a Snapple. But let's play some music though. Let's play some music. Come right back. TK Kirkland.
Yes, sir. Yes,
Weekend
sir.
work.
Ominaya.
And Coach PR. Where's Stunna at, bro?
You're taking the shit.
We'll come right back, man. That's my guy, man. My
Yes,
family
sir.
right there. I love you,
PR.
TK. Play some music.
Turn your radio up. Weekend work is now on
This is how it should be done.
on Shade45.
Share procedure.
Yo, ladies and gentlemen, it's the TK Kirkland Show. I'm with my man Coach PR and some fly-ass Spanish nigga sitting next to me. You know what I'm saying? And we're coming back. It's the one and
How
only
you know you're
TK
Spanish?
Kirkland.
How you know you're Spanish?
And you
Because
can
he
tell
said he
by
was
his
from
cologne.
Yes, we're
You can
back.
tell by his cologne. You know what I'm saying?
Ominaya's going to keep that too. That's your drop
That's gonna
right
be
there.
one of my drops right there.
Yeah, so we're here to discussing the journey of TK Kirkland from the
man.
streets of Jersey City, New Jersey,
To the world.
to the
Right.
world.
So-
you know, rocking with from Cash Money Millionaires to NWA to the Hard Knock Life tour to the us hooking up with 50 Cent.
window
Because what
shopping
happened?
vision-
The reason why we met 50. Well, I met he grew up with 50. How we met 50 was I hung out with Baby.
Okay.
And Baby got me in the movie Baller Blocking.
Baller Block. I
Now,
remember
from
that.
the Baller Blocker, we did the Rough Rider Cash Money tour when we did 34 cities.
Yeah, that was
but
crazy.
50, who I treated everybody good because I was the MC of that, 50 got shot.
Damn.
He didn't make the rest of the tour. So
That's when he
when
got
50 years later, he gets his deal with Dr. Dre, Eminem, he's a rock star. Do you know I never knew? He remembered me.
Oh, shit.
So my son wants to go see 50 Cent and Eminem at the Ford Theater when y'all was in Detroit.
Yep. Yeah,
Right?
yeah.
So all the security people, because I toured with Madonna, I toured with
Yeah.
R. Kelly, it's the same security
Same
people.
security, yeah.
That day, they treated me like they didn't know who the fuck I was.
Wow.
So now my son looking at me like, I thought you was T to the motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? So the bus pulls up with you guys on the bus because you had a police escort.
Yeah, yeah.
All y'all get off the bus, the last person is 50.
Mm.
50's looking around, we make eye contact. He says, T to the motherfucking K, you coming in? I was shocked.
Oh,
and my
shit.
voice sounded just like this. You fam, these niggas fucking with me, fam. I can't get in. And he waited for me
Right.
while I went and got my son, walked me in, and from
Yeah.
there,
Wow,
it was
man.
window shopper. And then what people don't know, me and 50 was going to start a comedy division.
Wow.
With Chris Lighty.
Right, right.
See,
Chris
people
Lighty
don't know
wanted-
that.
yep,
before
yep,
comedy,
yep.
before
Rest in
50 started
peace,
doing
Chris
comedy
Lighty.
now, me, his old manager Chris Lighty,
Lighty.
Mona
Shout out to
Scott,
Violator.
Yeah.
and 50 was getting ready to sign a deal with William Morris, and the tour was going to be called the G's of Comedy.
Wow.
Yeah.
And what happened? Chris Lighty took like a year to sign the deal. By that time, I wasn't interested, and I never signed. He signed it, but I never signed
Never
it.
signed- you
Yeah,
never
I
signed
never
that.
signed it because then at that moment, now I wanted
Right.
to do everything on my own because I'm an independent dude,
Yeah,
and I
you
felt
do
like he made me
everything
wait
yourself.
too long.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
speaking of the independent thing, like I know you traveling a lot now. Do you plan on doing another special? Are you documenting
now,
this right now?
a lot of
or-
people want you to do Netflix. This is what the country
Yeah.
wants.
Right.
Oh, who giving you the bag?
But when you
Facts.
when you think of how blacks are treated in Hollywood, you see about how Jamie Foxx and them get they syndication
Just Do and all
checks,
that. Yeah,
right?
yeah, yeah.
You see the things that happen to the people in this business. Because our people don't understand independence. We hustlers.
Right.
We come off the streets of Harlem, Brooklyn. See, I have my own network. So when I signed with Live Nation, for a minute I thought I wanted to do a Netflix deal. And when you deal with corporate America, things is just so many things that to me irritates me because I like to be my own boss.
That fine
But
print.
you can still do everything your own though.
No,
You have
no.
to be on Netflix.
Once you, yeah, that's where I'm going.
Right.
So I have my own network. I've been shooting my own special, but for a year or two, I got sidetracked. I'm back on doing my own shit because guess what? The checks come directly to me.
Straight to you.
Right,
yeah.
right.
And that's important to me to make what my album cover, what my cover's gonna look like, the day I'm gonna drop it, how much money I want to spend behind my special, right? What people don't understand, that's to have your own independence is one of the greatest things on the planet.
You don't get caught up in the awards. I didn't get an award because you know.
I don't care about the awards.
Yeah, because they can see
want the
people
check.
get the check, right? People
Yeah.
get caught up. Oh, he's not in the Oscars. He's not winning a Grammy. He's not winning the Emmy. He's not winning the Tony.
You worry about
but
the title
you
stuff.
worried about the title stuff when really you could create your own.
Yes.
Your own everything.
Yes. The thing is to get the money, fam. The goal is the money.
The money.
And I got that from hanging with Eazy-E, Dr. Dre, and Ice Cube. Because even when they was huge back in the day, they didn't go to no events. They didn't care.
They just want
And
the
I just
bag,
thought that
right.
was phenomenal. That they was just so independent. They
care
wasn't
about that.
caring about the award shows. So you learn a little bit from everybody you meet in your journey, right? And that's how I always felt to this day. I don't care about an award.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? My greatest thing is going to the bank.
Right.
You know? Now, we got a lot of money, right? You can't take it with you. The goal is not if you can take it with you. The goal is you can leave it for someone.
Set it up for your family.
You
You
can
got
set
kids,
it up
you
for
got
someone,
grandkids,
right?
everything.
Yeah,
There's
you can set it up for
generations.
someone. And that's the thing that's important to me because, like I said, a man told me years ago, anything past 40, you're on borrowed time. See, anything past 40, you're on borrowed time.
Never know when that day's going to
You
be
never
called.
know when that day is going to come. So when people think of me, I want to know I've lived. When people think of me, I want to know that TK did his motherfucking thing. And that's what's important. And another man had told me, he asked me years ago, he said, are you afraid to die? And I said, yes, I am at that time. He said, people who are afraid to die mean they haven't lived. When you have lived, you're not afraid to die. And I've kept that my whole life.
Remember we was talking about living
Jewels,
and being alive?
gems.
We was talking about that.
Yeah, when you have lived, you're not afraid to die.
So I got a question for you now. Like with the comedy stuff, do you have a protege or anybody that is working under you? Or
No. We live in the world of comedy. It's not like it was when we was growing up.
Okay, so
The comedy game now, if I run into different people, we sit down. Like the last couple of days, I've been talking about Desi Banks.
Okay.
And he came to my show in
He's
Jacksonville.
I like
good.
him, man.
Yeah, I like
And
him.
he's a great listener, right? He's a great listener. And I was just giving him the game of how this all started. And I was telling people how Robin Harris and Michael Williams is the heartbeat to mostly all black comics.
Yeah, man.
Performance, because people think it's Russell Simmons.
Nah,
It's Michael Williams. Because Michael Williams started the Comedy Act Theater in Los Angeles, California on 43rd and Crenshaw, right? And you tell the young comics what's going on is that, see, before they let us in Heliums, the improvs, the funny bones, we had to rent our own venue, right? And we didn't have... We wasn't in those clubs yet, and most of the comics, the Martin Lawrence's, the Sinbad, Keenan Ivory Wayans,
Right.
those guys, we was only getting $20 a show.
damn, wow, 20 cash.
1985, we was
tough.
getting $25 a show.
Wow.
Man, that's some
crazy.
serious love for the game right there.
That's why I tell comics, make sure 3 times a year you perform at a black comedy club.
Keep it
To
going.
keep the black young comics who are coming in this game, give them an opportunity to rise. Because the other comedy clubs won't give people our color the opportunity. We need those rooms to develop. You need those rooms to develop your material, your craft, and then you go conquer the world.
Right.
And everybody has their own lane, right? You got DL did his thing. You got Jamie Foxx who did his thing, right? And you have so many comics that created their own niche. And my niche is because I blew up in hip hop.
Right.
See, I was successful in hip hop before really comedy because when we was touring with the Rough Riders, Cash Money and all that, one thing I know for a fact, most comics couldn't have done what I've done. opening up for a rap group.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah, it's
we
tough.
listen to. I'm telling you, remember we was at the in L.A. and the whole 9 Rows was the Grape Street Crips.
Right, yeah.
Do you remember that?
Yeah.
Yo, I
Man,
had
that's
them in
scary.
the palm of my hand.
Yeah,
They was like love. Well, no matter where we went in the world,
Yeah.
they love T to the motherfucking
Motherfucking
K.
That's what's
it was
up.
it was
That's
on.
a hard. That's
and
a
that's hard.
start, yeah.
Exactly. That's my
Yeah.
point.
Yeah.
You know.
So what about the internet? You have these, the social media comics, that's doing everything on social
I think
media.
the social media comments we live in a different world, right? You can't hate on them because they're getting a lot of money. You happy for them. The same in everything in life, right? You have Jake Paul in boxing, who make more money than guys who have been fighting their whole life, right?
Yep.
So we're old dinosaurs. I was taught a long time ago, everything you learned in this game of entertainment, throw it out the window because the rules don't apply no more.
Yeah, it's over.
Yeah, it's not the same rules as we was coming up.
So let me ask you this, right? You ever caught a comedian saying your jokes?
I'm quite sure there's
check
comedians that say something similar to me, right?
Yeah.
But that I'm not gonna check you if you bit one of my bits.
Nah, you cool with it? Not cool with it.
It's
gotta
not
give you
that I'm
homage,
cool with
though. They
it.
gotta give you-
I'm just mature enough to say, nigga, I'll write something else.
Okay.
Like I hate to see comics arguing. Oh, that motherfucker stole my joke. Right?
I see that online.
It's like a 5-year-old child.
Give me my
like,
shit, man.
like
Yeah.
we just moved it. I think and I move different. I just don't get caught up in that.
This is a new TK, man. So
Yeah.
before we
Yeah.
before we get off, and
Yes.
one last thing, what would you tell a young comic right now, coming up right now?
I tell them all the time, don't have no clique. Everybody's your friend. Because you don't know which one of your friends are gonna blow. When you open up for comedians that got a name, do what they ask you to do. Do your time, and then get off the stage. Don't try to burn the comic because that comic might like you. And if you do what he's suggested, guess what? You'll work again, and then you'll work again. Like I had put a gentleman on in my show in Atlanta about a year ago because I like comics to do clean material before I go, because I don't think everybody on my show should be using profanity. I want a transition of comedy before you get to TK Kirkland. So one of the guys was late. I said, we're going to go with somebody else. The young comedian said, I could do it. I said, yo, can you do clean material? He said, yes. He turned back around. He said, no, I can't do clean material. So there was this other young man there. He said, yo, I could do it. We'll put him on. And he did a good job. So I rewarded him with a show I was doing every year in Columbus, Ohio at the Funny Bone. But comics can be good, but don't know business. So months later, I told the promoter, book this dude. So months later, I called the promoter. I said, hey, did you book such and such? He said, no, it didn't work out. I said, why? He said he overcharged. I said, what did he charge? He told me the price. So I called the comic. I said, does anybody fucking know you in Columbus, Ohio? He said, no. I said, motherfucker, the goal is to get in front of the promoter,
Right.
do a great job, because they're gonna take care of air and hotel.
Right.
They're gonna pay you. They're gonna pay you something. But what you was asking for was astronomical.
Right.
You're not famous.
Right.
Go there, have a good time.
Right.
Do so good
Build up.
that the promoter says,
Book you again.
can I book you again? Now what you do is you add the tax.
Mm-hmm.
You
They don't know the game.
They don't know the game.
man.
You add the tax, dog, because the goal is to get in front of people that never seen you before
Yep.
and shut it down.
Right.
And then the promoter says, oh, my God, can I get you? Yo, we're going to book you again.
Yeah.
Then you come back again.
On your own.
On your own. And you tax and you tax.
I do this with
And you
DJs
tax.
and they
Just
don't
say
get
that
it.
they
You do
don't
the
get
same
it.
thing with DJs too.
They
See, they
don't
don't
get
get
it.
it,
They don't
right?
get it. All right. Now last one.
Yeah.
Top 3 comedians. before
I
you
don't
go.
do the top 3 comedians.
Right, top 3,
No,
man.
I don't
Come
really.
on, all time.
No, I don't care.
Okay. Oh,
So let's
go.
say
Oh,
your top
oh,
3 legends then.
That's what I wanted.
No,
It's
I
top 3
really don't give a
legends.
fuck.
Really?
No?
Yeah. Let me tell you how I feel about comedy.
Your favorite 3? I'm just saying the
Richard
top 3.
Pryor,
I
Robert
never,
your favorite 3.
I never watched comedy like that.
You did it?
Nah.
Again, comedy is something that I got lucky at. Does that make any? You
fell
know-
into it.
You know, I fell into it. My journey is not like other comedians.
Okay.
I came up a businessman. I came up doing some crooked shit at the same time, right? I'm gonna be honest.
right.
Allegedly.
So comedy,
No, it's not legend.
yeah. Comedy is something that I found,
And you was just good at it. And
I was good at it.
I get it. Okay.
And I remember this
Okay.
man. Tell you this one story. I did a party. I got 2 stories for you. One guy it was Eddie Murphy's best friend. His name was David Jones. And everybody know about the crisis that happened with Charlie Murphy and Eddie Murphy back in 1982, right? But David Jones was Eddie Murphy's best friend. But David Jones still stayed my friend, even though that situation happened. And it's really one of the worst things I ever did as a man. Everybody knows the story. They know the story, right? So we started writing material together. He was helping me, and I took him under my wing like that because, nigga, you rock with Eddie Murphy. I know what you're doing. So we threw a birthday party, not a birthday, but a comedy show in 1985 at Carlos and Charlie's on Sunset Boulevard, right? And I was letting everybody in their mama and free, not understanding the business. Sold out, must have been about 200-some people, right? When the show was over, the club took their money, everybody got paid, and we made $2.
Damn.
I gave David Jones $1, and I got $1. That was my first lesson of the business side of comedy.
Yeah.
You can't let too many people in free, or you're not gonna make no money.
Right.
Then I remember doing this. A man saw me perform at the Comedy Store. White guy. He said, "Yo, I'm gonna hire you for this birthday party." It's on Sunset Boulevard. Drive up in the whip. And I do the birthday party. He gives me a not full of money, but I don't look at it. I put it in my jacket pocket, right? I get home to my house, and I take the jacket off, and I said, "Yep, this is it." And that's what made me a stand-up comic. So I tell people, stay in stand-up comedy. I'm a businessman. Comedy just happens to be my side hustle.
Right.
I use my comedy as a platform to create other business. How I met you, how I did my thing with DJ Superstar yesterday, how I make my connections in Berlin, how I make my connections in London and Paris. All this because I'm funny. But when I start talking to people, it's pretty much the business side, because I'm always looking for opportunities, how they invest in apps, how they invest in the stock market. Those things is what I find fascinating, right?
Yeah.
So
So you're a businessman first.
I'm a businessman first
and then
because I get excited about a deal.
Yeah.
How can I put a deal together? So when I do let some people do a deal for me, and they don't do the deal the way I think the deal should go, I get irritated because I would have never done a deal like that. So that's how come I always try to do 99% of the time my own shit.
That's why he said, "I'm my own boss."
I'm my own boss.
T to the
And you see what happened
K.
when we came in and met Joe Boss?
I know. That's what I said.
You see what
that's why
how we
said
talking,
that.
right?
Yeah. So that's why
and I
said
got
that.
his attention with it, didn't I?
Yeah,
You see, he paid attention.
Yeah.
So
I see.
that's how we do it, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you very much, T to the
TK.
motherfucking K.
Yes.
Appreciate you as usual. We're friends again.
Now talk to the people. Tell them how they can hear you, Mr. Coach PR.
Now, you know, we're every Saturday, 10 p.m. on Shade45. Weekend Work, Coach PR,
DJ Ominaya.
and World Famous DJ Stunna.
Yes,
And
sir.
Get ready. Look for us. Man, TK is going to be on the show, right?
Yes,
Yes. Now listen, everybody. It's Friday night. Well, so basically, we got to talk like it happened.
Saturday night.
Yeah. So,
This happened.
it happened already.
this-
So, ladies and gentlemen, last night was off the chain. You should have been at the party. You know, Coach PR, and say your name again.
Ominaya.
Ominaya is some crazy shit. I don't know why he called himself that.
He's Spanish.
You know, Ominaya, yeah, but it
With
sound
the
like something.
cologne, though.
Sound
Yeah,
like
you
something
got
you
it.
catch on your feet. Doc, I got Ominaya.
Turn your radio up. Weekend Work is now on.
This is how it should be done.
On Shade 45.
Share procedure.